Hey folks, sorry about that. We're on part 3 here of our course 3G video. We're on step 9 and we're doing the last sentence of step 9. So it's saying using the form, add a new record to the underlying table as shown. So I'm going to type that in myself. I'm not going to videotape that, but I'm going to show you how to add that record. So you go down low here, you'll see a new blank record. You're going to click on that and the fields come up where you can enter in the blank record. The text for this is on page 271. It's table 2 at the bottom. So I'm going to go ahead and pause while I enter in that information. Okay, class, I've entered in that information. Here's that information. I noticed that when I clicked tab, it didn't necessarily go to the next field because we moved these around. So it's trying to tab and it goes out of order. I also noticed that when you hit enter, it changes it to a new record. So make sure you're typing, click, typing, click, typing, click, typing, click. Okay, what we're going to do then, we're just going to go ahead and close it. We're going to reopen it. We're going to make sure that our record is displayed. It should be number 12. And there's our record that we just entered. Okay, so we're just verifying the record that we entered is there. We do not have to do a digital printout as it suggests in step 10. We are just verifying that our record is there. Now we're going to close the form. We're going to go on to step 11 and saying based on our 3G resume or interview books query, which is right here, it wants us to create a record. So we're going to highlight our 3G resume interview and books query. I'm going to click the Create tab. If it's not there, we're going to click the Create tab. Now we are going to create a new report. So we're going to click New Report. So we've created our report. We're going to go ahead and then it says apply the retrospect theme. So we're going to go to Design. In our report layout tools, we're going to go to themes. We're going to pick retrospect, and I think that's this one here. I'm going to click that to apply that retrospect theme. And now it's asking us to delete the following fields from the report: publisher ID, category, and company. So I'm going to highlight publisher ID and delete it. Click it down here. I'm just simply clicking on it and pressing the delete key. It's wanting us to delete category. So I press delete. I click here to highlight them all. I press delete. And company name, right? So category and company name. Same thing. Just a simple click and delete. I am going to go ahead and slide all these over, get that all lined up again. Just making my report look a bit better. And you can see there I kind of pulled it up a little bit, so I'll shrink that back down. Get a better click on that. There we go. Okay, so now it wants us to change the title text box controls. So we're going to go ahead and let's right click here and go to properties, or property sheet. Sorry, it was already there, but you can either click anywhere or right click anywhere and go to property, or simply just click that property sheet here. We're going to pull up the title controls, right? The title controls. What it wants us to do with those titles is set the width property to 3. We're going to set the width property to 3, and then it wants us to add a sort by title in ascending order. So we're already there, right? So we title in ascending order, right? We don't have to do that, but I'm just showing you in ascending order. Okay, and if that wasn't there, let's say you didn't say you click that X by accident or that add a sort's not there, you can click up here to add your sort as well. So don't fear if it's not here to add these here. You can click up, and that's in the design tab on groups and sorts. Last part of step 11, it wants us to, for the author's last name text box controls and the author first name text box controls, set the width property 1.5. So I'm going to do a last name control. I'm going to hold the control key and I'm going to click on, I'm holding the control key down. I'm left clicking on everything I want to be involved in this. So I don't have to keep clicking individually. I'm going to unclick that though, right? To unclick it, I'm still holding the control key. I just click it again, right? And I'm going to set the width to 1.5. And it went ahead and made my width adjustment. Okay, on step 12, it wants us to click the title field and then add a calculated control. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go to design view. We're going to add a calculated control, and that calculated control is already there. It's already on the form, but we're going to go ahead and go over it. You can go to design, and you can click on a box and add it. Since you already have it, it's there, but then you're just creating whatever formula you need to in order to create the count. So in this case, they want us to count all the records, right? So the formula is count star, so count everything is what that means. We're going to add a text here. This is not necessary if you already have that count in there. We're going to do all records. We're going to go ahead and move that over. So you'll be able to see both of them when we show the report view. All right, so it's all there already, but I've added that all records count. So it's counting all the records that are entered on the form. We're going to go back to design view. We're going to set the height. So we're going to do it in this one. So I'm going to get rid of this one that I just entered. But if you don't have it, you can leave that one in there. It wants you to set the height for this box to 0.25. Wants you to add a page number, which I already have one as well. It came with the report that I generated. But if you didn't have it, in report design tools, design page number would add the page number. It wants us to do the left space of 5. So we're going to go ahead and do that, which moves it over. For the title of the report, it wants us to change the font to 14. Format changing to 14. It wants us to change the word query to report. We're going to go back to our layout view, right? I just clicked on the bottom right, layout view, or you can go to home view and go to layout view. It wants you to change the set to left property 0.75. So we'll go ahead and control click all those to the title 0.75. I did a double point, so it didn't work. And then move all the other controls to the right, which we've already done that in the previous one. We just gained a space there by doing the 0.75. Then it wants us to save the report as last name, first name, 3G, or interview books report. So we're going to go ahead and save it. Right, as last name, first name, 3G, resume, or interview books report, not query. We're going to close it. It does say that it wants us to do an electronic printout, but that is not required. Okay, we're moving on to step 13. It's asking us to create a report using a report wizard based off the 3D books table. So I've just gone ahead and closed everything out. It doesn't matter if you have things open or not. I think the last thing we had open was our report, right? So we can close that out. We're going to go ahead and click on the 3G table. It doesn't need to be open, just it's highlighted. You're going to create a report using the report wizard, and it's asking you for the following fields in this order: category, it's asking for title, it's asking for the value of books, it's asking you do you want to do any grouping. It's asking you to group it by category. It's asking you any sort. It's wanting you to sort sort in ascending order by title. By title in ascending order. Then it asks you to summarize the books, or summarize the report by the value of books field. So we're going to click summary options. We're going to sum it by the value of books fields, the sum of the value of books field, right? And it doesn't really tell us anything about this, right? It just says sum the value of books field. So we're going to leave it on the defaults here. I'm going to click next. It's going to want it to be stepped. It says make sure that it's stepped. The orientation is portrait. And it tells us to name it, last name, first name, 3G book, 3G books, not career, 3G books, values by category report. Okay, then it asks us to switch to the layout view. We're going to close this print preview. We're going to switch to the layout view. We're on step 14 now. It asks us to apply the Ion Boardroom field. So we're going to go to the design, to themes, and we're going to look for the Ion Boardroom field. I think that's it. But I want to make sure there's nothing. Yeah. Well, there it is, Ion Boardroom. So that says Ion, but this is Ion Boardroom field. For the report title, change the font to 14. So we're going to highlight it all. Format, change the font to 14. And then apply bold. Still working on step 14 here. It asks us to delete the controls that begin with summary of category. So we'll click on those. We'll click delete. It did delete all those categories. There was 3 of them. Okay, next it's asking us to select the category, the title, and the value of books. You can't really see that yet, but that's the value of books. And apply bold. So we're going to go ahead and click in there so that we can apply bold. We might have to do them individually if you can't get anything by doing them all together. And then it says under title, it's going to ask us to set the text box control, set the width to 3.5. We're going to go ahead and set the width here to 3.5. And it tells us to, for the value of books label control, set the left property to 6, then save it. Left property to 6. Now we're going to save the design changes. Okay, and I'm going to be doing part 5, or correction, part 4.